who points out, Rajan, that the bot issue, the spam issue, is not new.
Yeah, I mean, okay, the first thing, if anyone is the least bit surprised about any of this, you have not watched how Elon Musk operates over the last few years. I mean, part of me honestly believes that he's a little jealous that he has not been in the headlines over the last few weeks as growth stocks are collapsing and we're all talking about Luna. So he's pushing himself back in. But also, let's remember how genius he is at Twitter. With 2 tweets, Tesla stock is up 6% and Twitter stock is down 10%. So think about the leverage that gives him into this deal simply with those tweets. And as you were just saying, the spam bot issue should be a non-starter. He waived his rights to due diligence. And even more importantly, the spam bot issue, he's saying he wants to try to fix it, but he has all the internal information he needs. He can get anyone on the phone at any time. So clearly this is a negotiating tactic.
Yeah, it's a rough one, though, Ranjan, because I'm looking at Snap, right? It's at about a $40 billion market cap, so it's a decent comp to Twitter. Snap is down 30% in the past month, and Elon was already paying a premium for Twitter in his proposal. So, I mean, when the value of your target goes down that much, it's kind of like saying you're going to buy a house, you get into contract, and then you're like, oh, I don't know about those cracks in the sidewalk and some of those teenagers who like to loiter around the corner store. I mean, come on, you knew that already. But at the same time, I mean, the money is what's important for investors to watch here, and we can see what's happened to the overall internet stock cohort, and we can see what happens to Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, so this is very important. There's 2 parts of this. There's the Twitter share price, which, as you said, 100% correct. Every public market comparable has collapsed. I mean, Amazon's down 40%, Apple's down 20%, the blue chips are down. So clearly the price should be lower. But Musk committed at 54.20. I still think the bigger issue is around Tesla shares. He's been trying to diversify away from being responsible for the sheer volume of his own shares collateralizing loans, of him having to raise his own cash. They got 19 investors committing $7 billion. Jason Calacanis is out trying to get $250,000 clips. You know, they're trying to raise external money so it doesn't affect Tesla shares. But also, Tesla, the company, is facing a number of headwinds. Tesla Shanghai was closed. They're now producing potentially 200 cars a day. To reach 1.5 million cars is an almost impossibility. The Ford F-150 just came out with amazing reviews. I mean, at every level, consumer demand is waning. I mean, Tesla is facing a number of headwinds, and Musk has to start focusing on Tesla, the stock, not just the Twitter deal. And I do think, as you see, it's up 6% today. This is part of this entire strategy.
So then, Ranjan, I wonder, how far back does this go? I mean, Elon Musk was aware of a lot of the issues you just brought up when he made this bid. Do you think he wants Twitter at a lower price, or do you think maybe he doesn't want Twitter at all? He wants that cash from Tesla that he already cashed out.
I mean, I actually think this goes back to the funding secured tweet from a few years ago, because one of the key developments this week, 2 days ago, a judge ruled that the initial tweet was inaccurate and reckless related to a shareholder lawsuit. So the walls are closing in from the SEC on that side. There's the SEC investigation into how Musk purchased his Twitter shares and his delay in filing. There's the insider trading related to Kimball Musk. There's so many investigations going back to the funding secured that I do think Musk is trying to make a move here to try to even reassert himself that I can tweet anything I want. I'm going to show it, and everyone should fear me, especially the Twitter board, Twitter shareholders, in negotiating any deal like this. And I think, again, the SEC investigations are going to be increasing, and he is going directly against that, and he's making a show of it right now.